All right, we are live. I'm sure there won't be anyone for a while because this wasn't a scheduled chat, but we'll give it a little bit of time here, see if anybody shows up. I think there's a couple people in here already, but we will see if anyone shows up. But yeah, we're doing our, just got back from a 4th of July cookout, sitting here. I was going about to show you my barbecue gun, but can't do that. I'll get kicked off the air. But we'll sit here for a second and chitty chat, and we'll see if anybody shows up. There's no shooting the shit right now because we did that earlier. So tonight will just be an open chat. Anybody got any questions they want to ask? It's just for people maybe who aren't going anywhere or doing anything for the holiday, and they want something to do. Come do a little chitty chat. Feel free to do so. We're right here. We like to talk. Guns, cars, cryptids, whatever you want to talk about. And of course, some people will probably ask me what the title's about. If you were at our earlier chat today, then I'll go over here in a few minutes. I'm still pissed. The more I think about it, the more pissed I am. But what I eat, I had a hamburger, which was all right. It was, wasn't the best hamburger I ever had, but it was okay. It was edible. Had a couple deviled eggs. And then I had 2 pieces of cake. Shouldn't have had those, but I did. But I was like, what the hell? It's a holiday. We'll get over it in a minute. Here, people who were here earlier today, people came to the first one. They know what happened. I already told them. I'll tell everybody else here in a minute. We'll wait till we get to at least 50 people. We're only at 42 right now. But feel free, remember, if you want to ask me questions, you can put them in the live chat. Just put at the Yankee Marshal in front of them. If you want to send me an email, you got a picture you want to share, or you want to ask a question, that's shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. If you want to get an entry into, why do my buttons look different down here tonight? If you want to get an entry into one of the drawings, like the silver bullet drawing or the double super secret stock giveaway drawing, which I should show a picture of because I don't usually do chats this late. And some of the people here might not be regulars. There might be one of the irregulars that come to all my chats. Where is? Oh, that's a dead deer. I want to show you that. Where's the picture? Desktop. That's not it. That ain't it. Where's the damn picture? There it is. Here's the stock of the 1022 we're giving away. Where's my share? I don't see a. Is that it? There we go. They moved everything around. But this is the stock of the 1022 we're giving away. It's a little blurry because I took it from ways away with a telephoto because it was on the wall at the gun shop, so I could take a picture of it. But hand drawn by me, the drawing, designed and drawn by me, and then etched onto the gun, laser etched onto the gun, engraved, and then I hand painted all of it and sealed it and everything, so it's good and permanent. But it's Where's the Kaboom? The Yankee Marshal Posse. And it's the 2025 gun. It's our one-of-a-kind limited edition 1022 that we're giving away. And all you got to do is make a donation to the Pets and Vets Fund to help a pet in need. Every $10 gets you an entry into this, plus 3 entries into the silver bullet drawing. And $20 gets you 3 entries into the stock drawing and 7 entries into the silver bullet drawing. We give away a silver bullet on the 5th every month. So feel free to get involved in that if you want. We will get started. Oh, we're already up to 60 people, so I can tell everybody. People already heard this earlier today if you were here. But I am Turnip's pissed too because I left for several hours. I left twice in one day, which really got him. Well, we were going to a party tonight. So we said, well, today we're going to go get stuff for the party. We're going to go to this bakery downtown we like. We're going to pick up a cheesecake. We're going to go at a banana cream pie, great banana cake. And then we're going to maybe have some breakfast, late breakfast, early lunch. And then we'll come back home. So we go downtown. I park on the city street, legal parking spot. No signs up that say no parking today or anything like that. There's one other car parked on the street. It's a very short block. There's probably like 4 parking spaces total because Portland does half blocks. We don't do blocks. If you live here, you know what I mean. So it's very short spaces. And this one only had 4 spaces on it because there was like a driveway in the middle. So there was one other car there. So I parked there and I went to go pay at the little machine. We have the machines where you pay to park and you just put in your license plate. They were off because it was the holiday, because on Sundays and holidays, they don't charge you to park downtown. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we leave. It's a 3-hour zone. So it's 3-hour maximum parking. So I'm like, oh, we're not going to be anywhere near that. Then we weren't. We were gone about an hour and a half tops. Come back, car's not there. I'm like, this is where we parked, right? We didn't park 1 block up. So we walked back a block over, and no, we didn't park there. That's where we parked. I remember parking right next to, where the machine and across from that building and blah, blah, blah. So this is where we parked. Our car is gone. So I'm like, they fucking towed our car. First, I thought, well, sometimes the city will move cars. Like if something happens and they need to get access to something, they will just move a car to a different space. They got that little thing that goes around like a forklift and just picks them up, takes them somewhere else. So I thought, well, maybe that happened. So I called the city. And they're like, well, if it got taken, it probably was a parking violation. I'm like, the other car that was parked here is not here anymore. So I don't know if they took that one too, or if those people just came and then left. So I was like, well, I'm in a parking zone. It's 3-hour maximum parking. We were here only an hour and a half. Where's my car? What impound lot or wherever did they take it to? And the woman's like, well, it's not in the system yet. And I'll leave a note for them and I'm like, well, leaving a note for them. She's probably their answering service. But I'm like, well, that doesn't help me with where's my car right now. And I live an hour from here and I'm stuck downtown, which, luckily we had people could come get us and take us home. We actually rode the Max to the airport and had my son pick us up at the airport, which the airport's right down, not too far from us. Luckily the Max runs all the way from downtown all the way out to the airport. So we just got on the Max and went out to the airport. But I call them back and everything and say, hey, where's my car? And they're like, still not in the system. And the woman's like, don't panic. It can take a while. Sometimes on a holiday like this, it might not be in the system till the next day. So I was like, well, fuck that shit. But so now I'm sitting here. I don't have my car. And I just know they're going to scratch my fucking car. I take meticulous care of my cars. There's not a scratch on it, not a stain on the seat. Well, they won't get inside of it, but there's not a scratch on the car. There's not a ding on the car. There's not so much as a rough spot in the paint. I mean, it is perfect. And I doubt I'm going to get it back in that condition. So I'm very angry. And also, I can't see any reason why they would have towed it. Why they towed it. It's pissing me off. So I am mad. Very mad. Very, very, very mad. But if anybody's got any questions, make sure to let me know. Make sure to put at the Yankee Marshal in front of them. If you want to do a donation, you can use the link up there at the top. It says Phil Tithe P&V Super Chat. You can donate to Pets and Vets program up there. Get an entry into the stock, which I can probably stop showing now, can't I? There we go. I didn't know I was still showing it. I should watch the chat more often. I don't want to watch this chat. Boring. But can you blame me for not wanting to watch this chat? But yeah, so I was angry and I'm still angry. And I had to go to the party. And, I kind of didn't think about it during the party. So I was all right. But more think about it, the more angry I get. Pissed. I'm like, they're legal spot, well within the limit of time. No reason they should have towed me. The city just fucking needs funds, I guess. Having a budget shortfall, so they need to, get it from the common person. Wouldn't want to charge the rich people anything. Wouldn't want them to actually pay their taxes or not take big giveaways. We got to just take it from the average Joe, which pisses me off. Pisses me off. But that's my day. Was yours better, I hope? So the government took my baby. because my car is my baby, because my kids are grown now. So, well, my dogs are really my babies, but they didn't take my dog. Oh, if they took my dog, I'd have been down at City Hall with my gun in my hand. They'd had to take me out and hail bullets because they took my dog. I would have been highly upset if they had taken my dog. That would not have been a good thing. But they did not take my dog. So, I tried to call the district, for the police where where it's at, where it's located, which district it's in. There ain't gonna be nobody there till Monday. So the only number I can get somebody at is the city enforcement line. And that, I think that was being staffed by their call service today because of the holiday. But apparently they will be in tomorrow. At least unless she told me incorrectly. I don't know if she remembered to take into account as a holiday weekend. But I was so pissed. Let me see if we got any questions coming in. I haven't looked or seen any come in, but I will look and see. I haven't heard any come in. I would have heard the chime usually. Don't see anything in the live chat hardly at all. Nope, nothing over there. Well, we might not have any point in doing a chat because I can't do a chat if people don't ask questions. No low jack on your ride. Do they still do that? I don't think low jack is a thing anymore, but I do think there is a service on my car where it can be located. I think I can do it on the app actually if I knew how to use the app and if I actually registered my car on it. But I can do all kinds of things with my car on the app. I can start it up. Well, no, I can't start it. This one's not a stick shift. That's why I didn't bother lining it up on the app. The Subaru app's not quite as good as the Ford app was. But you can like turn your lights on and off. You can kill your car, all this other stuff. There's no point in me killing it right now because but I am pissed. And to sign your car up on the app, you have to have the car with you because you have to take a picture of the VIN number. So should have done that, but I had it on my Mustang. I had it on my Camaro, but when I got the Subaru, since I didn't have auto start on it because it's a stick shift, I didn't bother. But I know the dealership can track it. If it can't come to worse and say you can't remember where he put it, I'll have the dealership track it. Do they use a private contractor for towing? Yes, I'm sure they do, but they didn't. But there's like 7 or 8 of them. You remember, this is a fairly large city. I think there's more than one. So until they tell me something, like they can't tell me anything right now because it's not in the system. She said usually it would show up on the police side of the system saying that it was being towed, and then it would show up in the public the city system saying which yard it was at and what the fines were, etc., and what the reason was for it being towed. Right now, there's no reason it should have been towed, so I'm pissed. Mainly at the government. I call that this thing. And I was talking to one guy who was standing there on the street corner when we were talking about it. He was walking by and he's like, he heard me talking and he's like, city just impounds them to make money. When it gets to the end of the month and they ain't made no money. And I was like, well, it ain't the end of the month, but I do know they have a budget shortfall right now. But yeah. I wish it was stolen. That would be easier. Because I got replacement plus insurance on that shit fucker. I'd get MSRP if it gets stolen in the first 3 years. But I'm sure it'll just have been towed and it'll come back with a scratch on it that I have to deal with, which will make me very, very angry. They aren't going to like me when I'm angry, but that's going to make me very, very angry. Yeah. Hypothetically, if someone or a group of someone start shooting fireworks at you and or your car, is that reasonable excuse to draw down? Well, not if you can get away from them, but if someone's attacking you with fireworks, well, yeah, I could see where that would be considered a physical threat. They can do you serious damage. Serious burns. Burns are no joke. My best friend has a real serious burn on their knee. No joke. Had to have skin grafts and everything. I don't see a lot of questions coming in. How big is your gun property to have a gun range? Well, a lot of places you have to have at least 5 acres. Where we're at outside the county line, we're out in Skamania County, not inside Clark County. So here they don't give a fuck. In fact, when I went to the trouble when we first moved here, I had someone come out and measure and all this other stuff to make sure I was far enough away from other houses, that the berm was high enough and everything. And I called the sheriff's department and I said, who do I talk to about this? I had a survey done for putting in my range. And they said, are you going to shoot your neighbors' houses? And I was like, no. He said, well, then don't worry about it. And then when the sheriff's office was out here looking for that kid who stole my gun and it disappeared, same thing. They went down to my range. We're standing on my deck. And I was like, yeah, when I put this in, I tried to contact y'all about getting a permit for it. He's like, oh, yeah, we don't do permits for these. We don't give a fuck. Just don't shoot your neighbor's house. So out here, you can do pretty much everything you want. In fact, you can I could tear my house down and rebuild it. And no one would even come out and say anything. Because we're in one of those gray zones where we're not in the county, but I'm a Washougal resident, but I'm not in the county. In the town, I'm not inside the city's limits, and I'm not even inside the county limits for Clark County or Washougal, because Washougal's in Clark County, and I'm outside Washougal and outside because Washougal goes about halfway up Washougal River Road, and then about halfway the rest of the way is Clark County line ends, and I live across Clark County line a couple of miles and then a few miles up into the mountains. So I'm in like a no man's zone. Half the cars up here, like if you go down the road here to Ombre, there's no tags on them. People just drive around between here and the Mercantile and up to the fisheries and stuff. They don't have tags on their cars. I mean, they have plates, but there's no like stickers. They haven't been good for years. so it's a place where people don't. Not a lot of strict rules out here, which is one of the reasons I like it. If you report it stolen, it's a pain to report it unstolen. So that's exactly why I didn't report it stolen, because I'm pretty sure it was towed. I checked for is there glass anywhere? Did they break a window? But nothing. So, and it was quick. Not that it takes a long time to steal a car, but. I'm not sure it would even be a desirable car to steal. It was a 2024 Subaru WRX. What is? I keep saying was like it's dead. It's a Subaru WRX 2024 model. What kind of vehicle was it? I just said 2024 Subaru WRX. Ain't gonna like you when you're angry. Are you the Hulk now? Oh, that's Marvin more to me than. In 2025, don't need to break a window. Now, they could probably pop the door somehow, but I mean, they're not that hardest thing in the world to get into. Hell, if you want to, you could just pry the trunk open and go in through the back seats because they fold down. But if you were skinny, you'd have to be skinny. Repo, no, it wasn't repoed. I'm paid so far ahead on that car. Because I paid more than double payments every month, just so that when I trade them in, they're not underwater. So, like if my payment is $600, I pay $12, or sometimes if it's $600, I'll pay $15. Like the payment on the what do you call it? the Mach-E GT that we just traded in, we'd had it 2 years, but we pretty much owned the Tesla when we traded in on it, so we didn't owe much on it. The payments was only $400 a month, and I paid him $1,000 a month. So that when we traded it in just the other day, we were over on it. We had enough left over over top of it that paid a big chunk of the car we got. Nobody's answering. Tow companies and stuff, I tried that already. Nobody's answering their phone close July 4th. Plus, if you get on the if you get on the emergency thing, like on your roadside app, it even tells you maybe extreme delays due to the holiday. If they cloned your key fob, just beep beep and drive away. Well, it'd be a little hard to clone the key fob. They'd have to get close enough to do it. I don't remember anybody getting close to me. I don't like people. I don't go around them. And surely nobody knew I was going to be downtown today, because it's not like they went to my house, cloned my key, and then knew he'd be downtown today, because I never go anywhere. I don't have a schedule that I follow that they can learn. Savage bear attack. I think I saw this video. Yes, I did. I saw this video. You just stand there. Just stand very still. Just a little black bear. Stand still. He's even tagged, so he's been around people before. Yep. Well, the guy back with the camera could scare him off. It could very easily scare him off. Instead of just standing back there filming it, just run up and scare him off. I've scared off black bears that size when I was a teenager. Kick him in the snout. Yeah, he just just sniffed at him and went away. Wait, almost hugged her and then sniffed at her and went away. Yeah, I saw that the other night. They've been doing illegal tows at the Walmart near me. They just pull up with a flatbed and take the whole thing. That's probably what they did with this one. But what is on your shirt? You have to ask what this is. I swear to God, you have to ask what this is. I'm disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed. Everybody tell him what this is. Everybody's cool should know. See, Iowa Joe told you. What kind of absolute hemorrhoid is out there towing cars on Flag Day? Yikes. They got to make their money, I guess. I guess they got to make their money. Hello, Senior Pollock Senior. Use for questions. I don't see a person with that name. Oh, what is your favorite caliber and why? I like 307 Magnum because it's the best caliber. That's why. It's a Dalek. It's on my shirt. It's the Daleks. There's no R in Dalek. Clinton Seattle just chimed in with a super chat and said, just got here. Someone took your car? Yeah, the goddamn government took my baby. Went downtown today to get some stuff and come back. Car's gone. We had to ride the Max to the airport and have my son pick us up. Luckily, I have the truck to drive. And we got the new truck too, but we can't drive it yet because there's no PPF on the front of it. I don't want to drive it until we get the rock chip protection and stuff put on it. But yeah, government took my baby. And I am not happy because I know I'm going to get it back scratched. That's the part that's got me the most worried. Till I see it again and it ain't scratched up, I'll be surprised if it isn't. I've hardly ever heard of someone getting a car back out of impound where there wasn't some damage done to it. Scrape on the bumper, or a friend of mine got his towed and the front of his bumper was worn, had wore the paint off under the front two areas of his. I'm like, what did they attach under there? Probably tie downs or something. by the time you get your car back, it'll be 3 days of storage. Yeah, because they probably won't have anybody working there till Monday. And you won't be able to go in and get it. So they'll be like, you can come get it Monday, and you got to pay for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even though you couldn't come and get it because we wouldn't run open. That's kind of bullshit that happens. Let me make sure we haven't got any super chats coming in. Stay logged in. Don't see any, so I've got nothing to answer over here. Hank the Mean. What's your take on the big bullshit bill? There's too much bullshit in it. That's what I think. We didn't get nothing as gun owners. I know some people are trying to turn it into a positive, but there ain't nothing positive in it for gun owners. Reducing the tax to zero does nothing to reduce the NFA. They went out of their way to make sure the NFA wasn't weakened. So it's mostly giveaways to the rich, big corporations, tax breaks for the wealthiest people. There are some things in it that are pretty good. Like I guess there's some seniors that'll get a bonus if they pay taxes on their, which they could just get rid of taxes on Social Security. I mean, Ronald Reagan started that shit, and they didn't pay taxes on Social Security before Reagan. So just get rid of the taxes on Social Security instead of giving some people a bonus. But yeah, there is very little good in it. Not thrilled. Big Cheese chimed in here and says, bought a used Lever 22, noticed a cracked stock after the factory. Any good companies that make aftermarket? I don't know what gun it is, but not that I know of. I don't know any specifically. If I need like for revolvers and stuff, yes, but for rifles and stuff, if I need a specialty stock for it, I go buy it from their website, like from them. Like they know people that they have make it, they license it to or something, or I buy it directly from them because I wanted to get it as close to stock as possible. Now with like 1022s and stuff, there's lots of companies that make specialty stocks for them because, you know, you get all the fancy looks and stuff. In fact, I bought the stocks. Oh, and people that are doing super chats, don't use YouTube for super chats. YouTube steals the money. Use that link over there at the top of the page. It says Phil Tithe, P&D super chat links. You can, if you donate through there to PayPal, do a super chat through there through PayPal, we get to keep the money for pets and vets. And if you do $5 like he did there, he would have gotten an entry into winning a silver bullet. We give away one every month. This one is the 4570 Vampire round. It's got the wood core. You can also get vampire, werewolf, or cowboy, which depending on which is your biggest concern, werewolves, vampires, or cowboys. And then you get entries into the stock giveaway, which I don't know if I've shown. I did show tonight. Yeah, here. I'll show it again. This is the stock. This is the 1022 we're giving away. It's got a custom stock on it that I designed. I engraved it, and then I painted it. So the where's the kaboom? The Yankee Marshal. It's got Marvin standing there with his little 1022 in his hands. That matches the one you win right here. He's going, where's the kaboom? So if you're a Marvin fan, this is a limited edition piece of art, one of a kind for the channel, hand done by me. So if you want to get a chance to win that, you can do that by doing your donations over through the PayPal instead of using YouTube, who steals the money. That's one of the biggest problems I've had with YouTube. They steal your super chat money. No, we didn't really have any fireworks people this year. And this year wouldn't be too bad because today's been cloudy and a little bit damp. So would not been as big a deal today. It's not all dry this year like it is every other year. So it's not been a big problem this year. I do as I please. You ain't even my real dad. I'll kick your ass. I'll tell you like I tell my sons, I'll kick your ass out of here. You know, it's my way or the highway. And then they do whatever they want, and I never kick them out. So I don't want my kids to leave. I want them to take care of me when I get old. That's my savings plan, is my kids taking care of me when I get old. That's my best chance at living a decent life as an old person, is if my kids take care of me. No firework trespassers. No chats over there now. No chats. Well, no, wait, we did get one. Ryan McFarland. We also got one from G.A. Trucker earlier, Ryan Secklin, but I dealt after that one earlier. He says, F the government, steal your car on the 4th. Yeah, I know, they're assholes. 4th of July, and they come take your car. I swear to God, those people, they're evil. If there ever was evil, it's the government. I don't like politicians. They're all sociopaths. Don't care for none of them. I'll read that tomorrow. I don't read that today. Social Security tax break is a joke because it caps out millionaires from not having to pay their correct proportionate share. It is. If you make $2 million, your cap is 5,000. Now it's not 172,000. See, that's a giveaway to the rich again, I guess. I love when they talk about, oh, they're putting these new taxes on all the people. No, like everything in Washington, like they're like all these new taxes on everyday people. It says if you make under 500,000, you're exempt. So I don't think that's everyday people. Even when we were making really good money, we weren't making that much money. 500,000 a year. Orko said he gonna go get a nap. I didn't excuse you. I didn't even remember seeing you ask to be excused. Goddamn people just think they can come and go. They're bad as my kids. Every one of you is bad as my kids. And I blame all you people for this happening because you all don't pay your tithe to Phil. And then Phil gets mad. And who's he take it out on? Well, he takes it out on you guys sometimes, but he always takes it out on me. I mean, he gave Peter the boner Lyme disease. He cracked a couple of people's windshields, put a nail in someone's tire. And he's always threatening to blow away somebody's trailer with their baby in it. But he takes it out on me. As his prophet, I get held accountable when you all don't pay your tithe. Anytime you come in and enjoy my entertainment, watch my videos, it wouldn't hurt you to come in, ask a question, and pay $2 minimum. It's you. Where else are you going to get entertainment like this for free? I say the only other place you can get entertainment like this is if you go outside the library and watch a homeless man scream at people. That's about the only closest thing you're going to get. So pay your tithe to Phil. You're fucking me over. I got bit by a spider the other day, still scabbed over. He pushed my car into a tree at one point. I had just had that repaired. I just had that all put back to factory and better even. I had it painted gloss black in a certain area. But yeah, and then he goes and gets my car towed because you losers ain't paying your tithe. All you got to do is go to that PayPal link up there and pay your tithe so that Phil will be happy and won't fuck with me, but you don't. What's a library? It's a place where homeless people go take a shit. I saw this morning before you and the world, Phil. What? I saw this morning before you and the world, Phil. I don't know what he's saying, but he paid his tithe, but he's gibberish. I don't know. I think he's drunk, but he paid his tithe. Let's see here. Oh, that was the orders. We got one order today. That's good. That's better than none. And only James Secklin did. Oh, we got another chat over here. Coral, I ain't seen Coral in a while. Coral said, what's the best bread to crush up and eat? I personally like potato rolls. Why would you crush it? I mean, squeeze it up, like crush it into a ball. I do that. I love to crush it into a ball and eat it. Potato bread's good for that. Hawaiian bread's good for that. Just like I'll take just a slice of bread from sliced bread and just roll it into like a ball and then just eat it. Because it's like dough kind of. And I like Hawaiian bread like that. Just basic white bread like Wonder Bread's good for that too. Those potato buns, not the buns, they call it potato rolls. I like potato buns too, but the potato rolls are real good for that. I like to crush them up. When I was a kid, I'd crush them into cubes and slice them up into little squares like they were dice, and then you eat them. So I liked it. What do you mean, you people? You, letter U, people, ugly people. Because all y'all watching are ugly. I've seen a lot of you. You're ugly. Just face it. I'm ugly too. These days, I used to be attractive, and I can tell you, you're lucky. You've always been ugly. Most of you have always been ugly, so you're used to it. I used to be quite attractive. I was a handsome man. And then suddenly things went very, very awry about 12 years ago. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it had to be voodoo or something. I'm looking into it, but I haven't had any stout answers yet. But and I turned into this, and I'm not used to seeing this in the mirror every day. Sometimes I scare myself, and unfortunately, in our shower, the shower is right across from a double vanity that has mirrors. So when you get out of the shower, you see yourself naked right in the mirror. Tell you that ain't nothing you want to see in the morning. Probably why I only shower a couple times a week. I shower like 3 times a week usually, because I shower every other day. I don't shower every day because your body don't need showered every day. That's weird. That's something modern and stupid. That's when they started wanting to sell as much shampoo and soap and deodorant as possible. Jacoby in Nippon. Easy. Is the Trump bill going to change anything? Oh, no. It'll still just be handouts to the rich. The middle class gets screwed. Of course, they screwed the poor people in this one some too, because Medicaid is getting cut. Some hospitals are closing down. Some insurance companies are in a lot of trouble now. There's so much fraud going on in insurance companies, which I'm glad to see them getting in trouble. But no, it won't do anything for any of us unless you're rich. Might do something if someone in here is rich. If you're rich, give me some goddamn money. I got things to do. I want to live a fancy lifestyle, and my budget doesn't allow it. So send me some money. I'm not talking donate to Pets and Vets. I mean, just write me a check. Or at least donate to Pets and Vets. At least we could do something good with it. But I'd rather you just write me a check. If you're really wealthy, if there's any billionaires in here right now, any billionaires in here? If there's any billionaires in here right now, I mean, you just give me 500,000. Means nothing to you. It changed my life. So I'd be able to open up that dog rescue I want to open up, because I'd like to buy some land somewhere, just build some kennels and run an animal rescue. And I don't mean just dogs. I'd take cats and goats and donkeys and stuff too. Better make it $1 million. Things are not as cheap as they used to be. So make it $1 million. And we'll get that started. People always ask me, what would you do if you won the lottery? First thing, animal rescue. Buy like 200 acres somewhere, build some kennels, some pasture land with some fenced in with some barns, and start rescuing horses and donkeys and dogs and cats and chickens, and anything that was mistreated could come live with me. Take a hot shower and the mirror will fog up, and then you won't have to see your werewolf naked self. Well, that's the thing. I don't take hot showers. I don't like hot showers. My showers are lukewarm. I don't want a cold shower, but I want the water to feel a little cool, like it cools your skin a little bit. I don't want it to be cold, but I don't want it hot either. I don't want hot water on me. We have a hot tub, and boy, it's hard for me to get in the hot tub. Every time I get in the hot tub, I do the James Brown imitation. I'm like, stick the toe in. I'm like, ooh, hot in the hot tub. Ooh, got to get in the hot tub. Oh, it's hot in the hot tub. I do that every time. And it takes me about 15 minutes of that to even get in the hot tub. 1 million barely take care of 2 horses once you get the land and build a barn. Okay, well, then make it 3 million. I'm not picky. I'll take the 3 million. Was another question over here? But yes, I like potato rolls too. Answering Coral, which that was a weird question for someone who hadn't been here a while asking a question. Chrissy Jones is here. Why is he here? He was here to early chat. You can't come to both chats. That's cheating. Hail Phil, been watching a lot of your videos. I kept some good moments regarding 38 Super. I'm not saying it's a bad round, because basically it's almost equal to 911. Meant to say 9mm. Yeah. There's a lot of bad things in my videos. People like, what did you say in your video about? I'm like, how the fuck would I know what I said? I don't remember what I said. I don't go around watching my own videos. I'm not a psychopath. I'm not a narcissist. Gummy Wuzzle said he missed the early one. See, I thought you were there. Chris Snyder chimed in here, and he just said, "Hail Phil!" He paid his tithe. so he don't get Lyme disease. I wish y'all had paid your tithes before they towed my car. Karen Woodson. Well, Karen Woodson is going to be back soon, she said. She's been taking a break to deal with some family matters, but she sent me an email today saying she wants to get back into the chat within the next day or two. She wants to come visit, so we're hoping she does. Hoping she comes and visits. Haven't seen her in a while. You know who else we ain't seen in a while? Tara. Tara's running her own channel now, so she thinks she's too good for us. I swear to God, these people thinking they're too good for us. They ain't too. Well, I think what makes me mad is they're probably right, but still. I don't like people rubbing my face in it that they're better than me. Oh, he got one of them little Rugers with the American flag on it. Who sent this? Who's me? Where's my little share button? There it is. Oh, I've still got that stock up there. I should really watch the chat so that I know that it's still up there. But there it is. Oops, I've got this super chat up there from the Big Cheese. Did I ever open the Jacoby one? It didn't make sense to me, but I don't know what was going on. But there he's got his Independence Day gun. I think I have a nice revolver back here, but he's got the little flag. I remember when those were out. They made those. Excuse me. Oh, and I just found out tonight that I might be slightly famous because many years ago, Dave Chappelle did a pop-up comedy show for free at the Pioneer Square Mall. Well, that day, right before, I had almost ran over a man in a crosswalk with a bunch of his buddies that looked identical to Dave Chappelle. I'd almost ran over him with a dump truck. I got as close to him as like 5 feet from him. And it was one of those flat-faced dump trucks where you sit up high. And I got within like, even being up in the air, I could look him right in the eye and see the veins in his eyes. And he was terrified because I slid up to him in a dump truck, locking the brakes up. And him and his buddies who were protecting him tried to go across, and they go get in a couple of Escalades and they leave. And I didn't really think a whole lot about it, but me and my employee were like, that guy looked exactly like Dave Chappelle. But we're like, what the fuck would Dave Chappelle be doing eating dinner in Portland, Oregon? And so we're like, yeah. And then later on the radio, we hear Dave Chappelle is doing a pop-up stand-up show tonight so I like, oh my God, we just about ran over and killed Dave Chappelle. And apparently I heard from someone tonight at a party, we were talking about their show. And I said, yeah, we almost ran over him. And she's like, oh, he mentioned that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm almost famous. Dave Chappelle mentioned that I almost killed him with a truck. I didn't mean to. I wasn't looking. And luckily my employee at the time yelled, stop. And I slammed the brakes on and we slid right up to him in the sidewalk crosswalk. Which just goes show you, if you're going to walk across the crosswalk, make sure there's not a dump truck coming, because even if you got the right of way, the dump truck's going to win in a fight. So watch where you're going, even if you're famous. If we were really friends, you would get me the Taurus TX22 Toro Gen 2 for $260, 20 rounds, optic cut, and threaded barrel. That sounds like a bargain, actually. And 15 degrees from Dave Chappelle. Well, I don't know how many degrees it was, but it's about 5 feet. But it was about 5 feet, yeah. Chris Snyder was the last one over there. We don't got anything coming into the live chat over here that I can see. What the fuck was that? Just popped up. Something just popped up there. Oh, someone made an order, I think. What did they order? Is that what that was? Popped up in my face just then? Did somebody order something from? They did. It was Andrew Pettix. Andrew Pettick's got my P320 shirt where he's pointing at you saying, have you ever considered that maybe you're the problem? You know how hard it was for me to draw that hand pointing? Drawing hands is a pain in the ass. We talked about that in live chat yesterday. We got too many fucking fingers. We don't need all them fingers. Drawing hands is hard, period. As someone who has been an artist, an illustrator, etc., drawing hands is difficult. A lot of artists can't do it, don't want to do it. That's why a lot of cartoon characters have 3 fingers and a thumb, because it's really hard to do 4 fingers and a thumb without making the hands look ridiculously large. So Kevin Bacon is a great name for a pet pig. It would be. Chris P. Bacon, like name him Christopher Petridge Bacon, and then you can call him Chris P. Bacon. That's even better. Hands are hard because of nails. Yeah, nails are hard too, to make it look like they belong. But it's just the shape of fingers and the number of them. It's good God, quit having them. But we don't need that many fingers. Why do we need that many fingers? We need like 2 big fingers and a thumb. And I know that, certain fingers are good for certain things. You got your middle finger for letting people know when they've done something wrong. You got your little finger because it fits in your nose really well. And thumbs are, of course, for, adult things. But we don't need all those fingers. We could do with like the 3. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not really good at anything, especially painting. Well, how would that make me feel better? Are you saying I'm not good at anything either? I can do stuff. I made that stock I showed y'all. That's all 100% me. Nothing farmed out, nothing. I did all of it. Thoughts on Ruger acquiring Anderson Manufacturing? I saw an article about that, but I didn't really read it because I don't know how it'll affect me. But what doesn't Anderson Manufacturing do ARs and stuff? What do they do? So whatever it is they do, I guess Ruger's going to want to fold that into their program, make better ARs and stuff. I always like Hamilton for a pig. Yeah, Hamilton's good for a pig. I've always wanted a pig. And after you guys give me that $3 million and I start my animal rescue, I'll definitely rescue some pigs. Did we get another order? Somebody order something else? Or is that just a repeat of an email from that? Nope, somebody else ordered something. Coral ordered something. What he got the alien Game Over shirt where it's game over, man. And he's got the thing coming out his little other mouth, and it's a Glock instead of a mouth. So there we sold another thing. It's been a big day on our. We don't usually sell 3 items in a day. That's pretty big for us. This is a small operation. I'm happy with that. Let's see here. Oh, I never did check that, but I wonder. Boom. Let's see here. Yep, you're welcome. What are you saying? You're welcome for buying something. Well, you're welcome, bitch, for me letting you. I went to all trouble drawing it, making it. Well, I didn't make it. That would be a lie. I don't make the shirts. I'm sure it's little Asian kids somewhere, like little Chinese children or Taiwanese children making the shirts. I just do the design that goes on them. I mean, I do use American manufacturers and stuff, but I try to do as much American as I can, but it's not as easy these days as you'd think. Is that so? No, yesterday? Yesterday was. Where's that? What is going on there? Source content, audience retention. That's what I wanted. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see here. Jacoby B. What'd he do? Oh, he gave someone a gift membership. Who got it? Mr. Bob Dabalina got gifted a membership. He's now a member. Bob Dabalina. probably didn't want to be outed as being in here. Coral said, that's the 5 shirt I bought of that design. I can't stop ruining my shirts. I'm framing this one. We wear them, but they're meant to be worn and seen. The shirts are for that. That's what they're about. That's why they're not that expensive. I got some of the cheapest shirts you can get. I mean, I'm one of the only channels still sells shirts for $19.99. They've raised the prices 5 times since I started doing that, but I haven't raised the prices of the shirts any. I think the extra large and up went up. I actually raised the price on them $1 or something because they went up extremely. Like it went from where I used to make like $9 a shirt to where I was making $7 a shirt. Now on the 2XLs through a 5XL, I make like $5 a shirt. Because they keep raising the fucking prices on the shirts. And the fat people got to pay extra. Well, they use a lot more material, because it's like, like say if Gummy Wuzzle buys a shirt, it's like, well, they could either build his shirt or they could, make sweaters for 30 homeless kids. So it's, they got to, it's priority. You got to pay for that. Or they could build a nice car cover for, someone's Ferrari. Had to buy a shirt. Just went out and shot that HKP 2000 with my friend Alan, who I nominated for the first Handguns for Heroes you ever gave away. Thanks again. Wish we could still do Handguns for Heroes. We just don't make money anymore on the channel. Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. Shows you the state of the economy. And this quarter, our economy, our entire system shrank. We contracted for the first time in a very long time. It shrank. In fact, in any other time frame, this would be considered a recession. But since they're fudging the numbers a little bit and trying to not say the word recession, I guess it isn't one technically. But yeah, this is a recession when you have shrinkage. In fact, if you have a certain amount under normal growth, it's a recession. So this is a mega recession when you actually had shrinkage. And I just heard today that, we were getting fiber optic internet up here. They were building it out here into the far reaches of the valley because, that Build Back Better program was giving money to give high-speed internet access to people who live in the boonies. They found out today that they might get that funding cut, so they might not be doing it now. That's why I was wondering why I hadn't seen the trucks out for a while. And I'm like, why are the guys not out building the fiber optic? And they're like, well, they heard that if this new budget passes, they might get their funding cut for the infrastructure bill. So they're holding back. And I'm like, well, that strikes me as about right. Fuck the little guy. You could do a live painting like Bob Ross of one of your designs, not a digital one. Well, you wouldn't want to see me paint. It's not pretty. Especially not painting those because that's very small. It's only like this big on the stock. So I have to take a very fine paintbrush and I put on my little jeweler's glasses. They got the little magnifying lenses that stick out from your face. And I got a little light. And I get on that and I get right up to it and I paint with my little fine paintbrush. So it's not a pretty sight. It's me doing this. And then painting up like that's what you'd see is this right here. And I can't do it with a hat on, so you'd have to look at my bald spot the whole time. Be like, you don't want that. Trust me. You do not want that. Did somebody know that was who ordered something? Someone else ordered something. That's 4 things today. That's a big sales day for us. What was it? Christopher Allen got the don't point your Glock at your cock shirt. That's one of my favorites. I think that one's very clever. A lot of people don't get it. I'm like, it's a statement about appendix carry. But since YouTube denied my other appendix design, the one that says don't point your Glock at your cock, and it had the person appendix carrying with a slash through it, they denied it. They said it was inappropriate. So I did another one with where a rooster has got a Glock in his claw, and he's pointing. He's looking down the barrel, and I say, "Don't point your Glock at your cock." It actually says what can go wrong on the label. It says what can go wrong on the shirt, but the design is called "Don't point your Glock at your ... so they wouldn't unapprove it again. How close are we on time? We got about 5 more minutes here. If anybody's got any questions, when you going to come to Denver? Hopefully never. I don't want to go to Denver. ADP, no skin in the game, announced 33,000 job loss when White House says 147,000 job increase. Convenient that it had 47 in the number from the feds, almost like Trump wanted his number in the news. Yeah. There was no job increase in jobs. It was a decrease in jobs. Every legitimate source says so. And the economy shrank. And it's not because of the tariffs. A lot of people say, oh, it's the tariffs. I'm like, I don't know if they ever went in effect because he kept backing off on them. Remember, he'd threaten them and then he wouldn't do them. And then he would be like, I reached a deal with China. And the only deal was China said, yeah, if you don't institute the tariffs, we won't raise ours. That's not a deal. That's just calling your bluff. So I don't know where the deal was. It's like I was seeing a thing the other day. We got a big trade deal with someone else. And I'm like, this does nothing. It changes nothing from anything before. So where's the big trade deal? But no, I'm not going to Denver. I think it's what started that conversation. We got like 5 minutes left. Anybody wants to ask a question before we get out of here, just let me know. Make sure we're all caught up on the super chats. I haven't seen any come in over there, but make sure. Chris Snyder was the last one. I don't know what that ding just was, but could have been anything. Oops, don't want to do that. Let's see here. I don't see any questions coming in the live chat or in the emails. Let me make sure on the emails again. No, Frank Rodriguez sent me a story about watch this video of an oversized woman being lifted onto a plane. Oh my God, this is going to be depressing. I already saw that email from Christopher Allen placing an order. Oh yeah, they're lifting a big fat woman onto a plane. Is that Air France? Well, I guess in the case of a water landing, she can be used as a flotation device. But why can't she walk her ass up them stairs? It's some third world country anyway, because there's no stair. It's just stairs going up to the plane. But yeah, she's a fatty. I don't think we need to cater to chubby people. I don't think we need to cater to chubbies. It's not like they had no say in whether they're heavy or not. They had every say in whether they're heavy. Let's see here. You can lose weight, All it takes somebody slap a pork chop out of your hand every now and then. You can lose some weight. I'm on the wrong page here and I can't find my page. Where is it? There it is. Make sure I read all those. Make sure I got all the emails. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like I did. Looks like I got all the supers. Wasn't a ton. I got those pretty easily. Drawing going to be on the 5th. Well, that's tomorrow for the drawing. Yes, tomorrow's for the silver bullet, and the friend drawing is going to be tomorrow. And that's the last friend drawing for a while because right now we're officially suspending the friend program for the next month until we get hopefully more people. We don't have enough money to pay for it now. The channel's not making enough to pay for it. I ain't paying for it. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Off-screen 4th of July desktop. No, they'd get me in trouble just for the sound. I'm looking for a shrouded hammer revolver for pocket carrying at work. Everything points to a 642 unless you know something better. Yeah, 30 special. No, I don't know anything better. Was it the 639, which is the all metal one? 38 special plus. That's a nice one. And they also make hammerless ones, but you want a shrouded hammer. They used to make a titanium hammer shrouded 357. I don't know if they still make it. But drawings will be on the 5th. Yankee, think of the crane operator. He needs money too. You mean the crane operator lifting the fat woman? What are we talking about? There was no crane. It was just people lifting her up. It was like 8 men trying to carry her up the stairs. And she was a big old manatee. A big old manatee. That looks like that's it for time tonight. I want to thank everybody for showing up, especially those of you that went and bought some merchandise while you were here. And those of you that maybe did a super chat or anything like that, appreciate it. Thanks for the sympathy on my car getting towed, although I didn't get a lot of it. A lot of y'all people, I think, were just thinking it was funny. Look at the old man suffering. And it's your all's fault. Like I said, if y'all pay your tithes to Phil, everybody go pay your tithe to Phil if you haven't. The link is still up there. Go pay your tithe to Phil, $2. He gives it all to pets and vets. And then he doesn't steal my car. Phil might have fucking just took it. Wouldn't have been nothing for him to reach down and just get it. So he might have taken it. But thanks everybody for coming. I will see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again. Hey everybody, Yankee here. Before we go, I just want to take a second to remind everyone that this channel is 100% viewer funded. We don't take a penny from advertisers, retailers. We don't take money from political organizations. There's no one telling me what I need to tell you. Everything that we do is done through the generosity of our viewers, either buying merchandise or becoming a patron or a Subscribe Star member. You're all the ones that support Pets and Vets and TYMP. And that's the reason I can stay true to myself and loyal only to the people who watch my channel. And I can spend my time talking about what I want to talk about, telling what I think needs to be said, and giving you my uncensored take on things I think you need to hear. So if you'd like to help keep things that way, please support the channel by becoming a patron, a Subscribe Star supporter, or just going over to my web store and buying some merch. The links are all in the upper corner of this video.